The first race win that I ever had there, I want to say was maybe 2008. It was me and Hockett.
Yeah.
Obviously, me and Jesse were pretty tight, and we slid each other for the 5 of the last 6 laps. Back and forth each corner, and I finally, shook him and got the win. And that was the Don Smith Classic, which Don Smith was at that point, very old. He was the president of First Financial Bank, and he promoted the place, and he was, in charge of Tony Hulman's money, to my understanding.
Oh wow!
And so I got to meet him, back in 2008. Obviously, he died a few years ago, and just the history. They used to give out a real gun.
Right.
Turns out it was it started as a Henry 30-30, then it went to a Marlin 30-30 that had a gold trigger, which I got a picture of that from Davy Jones. He has his late father's Bubby's,
right.
From 1987, I believe. And the correlation with that, we just found out. I called me and Susanna Stapp called Bruce Walkup over the weekend, or actually yesterday, and it used to be a twin 30-lap feature, inverted, and then who won the second race got the gun, and he actually won the second one.
Wow.
So obviously this is the 52nd one, so he's getting up there in age nowadays.
Right.
But the last promoter didn't give out. They gave out like toy guns. And so obviously my boss is not afraid to put his money where his mouth is, and I said, hey, the last promoter here was too cheap to buy a real gun. He just gave out 2 toys. Why don't you do what they used to do? And so then obviously I got put on the task. The gun they initially looked for toy guns. Well, they weren't. I guess the trophy place didn't get back with Bernie, so there wasn't going to be anything.
Holy cow!
And so I went on Saturday to a gun shop. I called around and found out that there are no 30-30s available. Apparently, it's a very popular gun.
Mm-hmm.
They have like 6-month back order. Seems like in Indiana that anyway. And so I got a Henry. It's got a big lever. They call it a John Wayne edition. It's got a classic big lever on it.
It's kind of like a
Henry 22.
It's kind of like a Winchester, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a 22, rifle. And everyone's like, oh, why didn't you do a gold? Like Henry's famous for a golden boy.
Yeah.
Which the gun, that Bruce Walkup has is a Henry 30-30. So, I couldn't find a Henry 30-30. I couldn't find any 30-30. So I ended up getting, I picked up a 22 Henry, which obviously this weekend's the Josh Burton Memorial, and their trophy is the Henry Golden Boy.
Wow.
And so I didn't want to get a golden one just because I didn't want to take away from what they've got going. So just got a standard Henry 22, a real gun, and I hadn't even got paid back for buying it before. then I got it.
Well,
I took my boss's credit card to buy it, and the credit card had to match my driver's license since I was buying a gun. So
right.
So I got to buy the gun, and then the next day I got to keep it.